you can now support this channel on Patreon. Warning, this video is from my perspective only, and as such, should not be taken too seriously. So fucking badass.
お父さんとお母さんに申し訳ないでしょ。本能的に嫌がるんだよ、人って。だからノラは嫌悪の対象になる。
This whole scene, which excellently goes over the history of Nora and how Regalia can become one. It's great because it opens up more information about a character who will become very important in later episodes. In essence, they're character building before we've even really gotten to meet the character themselves. Okay, so YouTube would basically spank me hard if I were to show the scene I'm currently giving a couple of wins to, as it contains, God forbid, a little bit of violence. But I want to basically highlight that it's a really smoothly animated scene where Yalto is killing a bunch of people in the olden days. It just looks so good, and I felt I had to give it some mention and a couple of nice little wins as well. Scenes like this, which place our main characters in a different setting, help keep things fresh. I've said this before in Everything Great About JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that when an anime is focused on one area for the entire length of its season, it can become a little boring. However, obvious exceptions to this rule are anime like Steins Gate, of course. So it's always nice when side characters and main characters interact in different locations in different ways, so that the story and dialogue is kept consistently fresh.
で、なんか用かよ。
Meow.
2円になります。
ありがとうした
やっと。
はい。
あるとかないとか、道具じゃないんです。
Very sweet moment here between these two, showing nicely how much she cares to have them all back together again. The way in which she does it, though, further speaks to just how awesome her character is in general, to be honest. They can take 3 wins here for this, I think. This happens. It's pretty sad watching him go through these motions. It's clear that he's gone through some shit prior to his death and is now truly struggling with the prospect of being dead. On top of that, he feels like he doesn't belong anywhere. So moments like these, while seemingly inconsequential, are actually decent scenes providing small amounts of character development on the character. This is good because it's something that wasn't touched much on after the little girl got taken by the Phantoms.
私を宿から遠ざけるためにわざと風穴を開いているわけではあるまいな。
Seeing her change of attitude and tone so abruptly here was fucking awesome. It shows me that she actually does care quite a lot for Yalto. I mean, this was kind of shown to us through her giving him money near the start of the season, despite her being the one that normally ruins people. So yeah, I just really enjoyed this scene, to be honest. Man, this anime has a really good track record of wonderfully setting up their comedic moments perfectly to make them as funny as possible. This pause here before she then randomly attacks him is a thing of beauty. How they do these Phantoms voices are actually pretty cool, in that it's multiple voices layered over one another to create single words, which must have taken a lot of effort, but the result is really good. Between the music, the fantastic voice acting, the whole premise of his emotional trauma that he's going through, this makes one great scene, pretty much bringing this whole stage of his breakdown to a close through powerful scenes of character development. This last scene has got so much great about it overall, but what really hit me so well was the voice acting and the sheer desperation in her voice. Absolutely brilliant, and a great end to episode 8.
お許しをいただけるなら私が。ちょっと何を言い出すのよ。一度は友の名をくださった方ですから。
It's kind of difficult to adequately explain what's so great about these scenes, but I think it's the mixture of the music and the not knowing exactly what's going to be done that makes it so great. I especially loved how it was actually his former regalia who seemed to hate Yaoto, who in essence offered up potentially her life in order to save her former master. The anime also does an awesome job of not telling you exactly what's going to happen from the start, and instead leaving it a bit of a mystery until it's done.
ユキネの名を取って破門しろ。こんなに重篤じゃとても持たない。
I seriously love how even though Yukine has caused him so much great pain and agony over the last months that he's continued to refuse to banish him. It shows tremendous restraint on his part, and it's ultimately a huge part of the reason why I love his character so damn much. Noragami just does an outstanding job during this episode of building the direness of the situation to a great extent. It's this extremely well put together episode that in the end is the catalyst that pushes all of the main characters as well as some side characters to the next level in terms of their character development. In short, I love it. And this here kicks off this most excellent sequence.
なんで俺にはねえんだよ。なんで俺には何もねえんだよ。
There's that classic and awesome Eren scream from Attack on Titan, the one that sounds just incredible for the amount of effort he must put into it. Seriously, I think sometimes these people are taken for granted, as it must be really hard to belt out your lines like that in the studio. Hats off to them, I say. This sequence nicely rounds up for us via a helpful and short montage all of the main moments that have occurred to make Yukine the person he is right now, someone in a truly dark place.
あれが飲み込まれたらもう諦めんじゃねえ。
My word, they do such an amazing job here of really making the situation feel hopeless, and on top of that, even if it sounds weird, but kind of realistic in a way. I mean, their voices are perfect in that it really makes you feel like it's actually genuinely happening, and it's not just lines being spoken in the studio. Some anime epically fail at times like this, when so much emotion has to be poured from the voice into the scene, but Noragami and its talented cast do it seemingly with ease. I loved this scene so damn much that I actually went ahead and removed a sin over on Anime Sins. I have to be honest and say that this totally made me tear up. It was beautifully animated and put together to really bring across a desperate last attempt to save both Yaoto and Yukine's lives. The voice acting was definitely up there with some of the best I think I've ever encountered, and from start to finish it was directed perfectly and nicely complemented by first a tense musical tone and then ending with a soft tone to let us know it'll all be okay. I think for these few minutes it'd be a real shame to not add 10 wins here. Ah, here I go again. Take another 5 wins here and give me a few minutes to finish peeling these fucking onions.
キヨリン可愛いし素人だからすぐお金できると思う。
さてコフク、日和の場合は学割が効くはずだろ。
This moment happens.
どれ見してみ。こういうのは書いて覚えるんだよ。つれづれ草の吉田健康激うま。
I must say, in this episode, I was actually filled with quite a sense of joy to have all of the darkness of episode 9 behind me the first time I saw it. It was just nice to be able to see the three of them together and doing normal, enjoyable things again rather than the hostility.
何どうした？
今日の夜、湯島天神に初詣に行きませんか？
Oh my god, this anime can sometimes make me laugh harder than anything else I've seen. That's clearly a comedy through and through. Like I said before, they just have a brilliant track record of landing jokes successfully.
雪音のバイト代で今すぐ買えばこの日の神が。
お参りしなくても屋台とかたくさん出るよ。
Yet another clear example of some of the lovely kind of heartwarming moments that I love so much ever since Yukine was cured of his issues. There's something oddly comforting about anime like this, and Steins Gate for example, when they feature characters in a consistent, friendly environment interacting with one another. It helps to build their relationship in the eyes of the viewer, but it also helps to build the story nicely as well. You've just got to throw them some love when you see how absolutely smooth as butter the animation is during these battles.
どうした日和？
どなたですか？あなた。
And this now leads on to some fantastic character building. In fact, it's probably the best that occurs during the entire first season because of what her forgetting represents and how sweet it is when she finally comes to remember again. This is a really nice and sweet scene backed up by lovely music and then topped with a very funny moment afterwards. To say that this battle is stunning would be a massive understatement and a real disservice to the anime's creators. It's beautifully smooth and just gorgeous to watch. I've seen a great deal of anime that can have very clunky moments when it comes to battles such as this, but Noragami excels at times like this. I think that personally it looks so good and fluid that it's worthy of an additional 5 wins dedicated purely to the art style and animation and of course limited use of CGI throughout. To simply say that these 2 minutes are sweet would be hugely misleading of just how touching the scene really is. I love how Yukine is trying so hard to get her memories back, and all because he knows just how much she means to Yaoto. It's a scene that excellently shows us how far Yukine has come from just a few episodes ago when he was at his lowest point ever. All in all, it's a lovely scene that deserves an easy 5 wins I think, and that's largely due to the excellent voice acting and backing track as well.
Hiyori?
これ君の
雪音何したノラ
Seriously, who the f keeps feeling the need to cut these damn onions right next to me all the damn time I'm watching this anime?
お前の記憶は必ず取り戻すだから安心して待ってろ日和
Hiyori? どうしたの?
Okay, the last one was a legit joke and now it's straight up f***ing true. Take 5 wins for making me feel so much. This goes to show how much of an awesome person she is, that even though she has lost her memory, she still risks herself to save Yaoto from drowning, and in the process, is totes adorbs as fuck. Okay, now that move was just straight up fucking awesome to be honest. Oh boy! Seeing Yaoto like this is nothing short of amazing. Up till now we've seen him fight a good fight when he needs to, but nothing on this scale whatsoever. To get a taste of what his true power actually is fucking brilliant. I'm also going to add on an additional 5 wins for what came just before with her memories being destroyed and Yaoto's and Yukine's reactions to that event. Then just how caring Yaoto was for wrapping her slightly wounded hand just shows how much he cares for her with a silent passion. Overall, I'm adding 10 wins. For the art style and animation consistency during this no doubt incredibly difficult battle to animate, and for the excellent music and limited but very nice all the same usage of CGI, I'm adding yet another 5 wins here. I absolutely adore this battle in all honesty. My god, this is so sweet, it physically hurts my body a little bit. This is so bloody badass.
違います。私これからもずっとヤトたちと一緒にいたいんです。
As one of the last great and funny moments of this first season, I'm adding another 5 wins. It's so funny that she doesn't even know what she's really just said and what that kind of implies, but it's awesome to know for real how she feels about him and also that she basically told him without probably fully meaning to. For a perfect end to a perfect first season, I'm giving a final 5 wins here. This, by the way, in case you haven't looked at my anime list page, is rated 10 out of 10, so you can tell just how much I adore this anime. I just wanted to quickly give a shout out to the patrons who voted for this anime as well. Thanks guys for choosing such a great one for me to sin and win, and I had a huge blast making this. If you guys would like a say in what's sinned next, be sure to pledge just $3 over at www.patreon.com/TheHonestGamer, and you can have your vote heard. See you all in 2 weeks' time for the next Everything Great About episode. Thank you to the following patrons: Nathan Burr, Vupu, Leon Lutger, Joaquin Jimenez Villaluenga, Manuel Meza, Josiah May, Helgi Gunlaugson, Lawrence, Ikodi, Val Sobel, Joel Rosenfeld, BZX001, David Pickfans, Chris Harris, Daniel Musgrave, Joshua Viker, Xenon, Zachary Kling, Hunter Layfield, Avery Azell, Gajivi Trash, Matthew Farmer, Richard Gray, Kyle Farmer, Theodore Quackens, Kaj Vorzelman, Jordan Samuels, Scott Harris, Nikolaj Anderson, and to all of the other patrons supporting me. Thank you.
Wake up, it's fine. Reach the wizard.